Good evening to you all.
tunesjam.com.
I'm here again. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss on projectile motion, part 2. Although we did part 1 in our last class, part 2. Now, our last class we considered the definition of projectile. We also considered the components of the projectile. Then we went forward again to consider the time of flight and maximum height and the maximum time rather. And also I also the formula. I also derived the formula for the time of flight for you as well. But this evening we are going to consider the maximum height. Now I will derive it for you, and normally for the maximum height, it is, as I've defined before, it is the highest height reached by the projectile before landing the horizontal plane again. Now, the highest height reached by the projectile, the highest height, exactly, that's what we call the maximum height. Now, the other time we used the first equation of motion to get the time of flight, but this time around we are going to use the second equation of motion, which is v square equal to u square plus 2as. Are you with me? V square equal to u square plus 2as. And also, where we are going to consider v as 0, u as uy, that is the horizontal component, then a as minus g, and also s, we consider s as h, that's the maximum height. Are you with me? Now, in this case, if we insert all these values in the formula, we have 0 square equal to u, which is uy square, plus, it will be plus this time around, it's going to be minus, because of this a, which is equal to minus g, minus 2gh. Exactly. Now 0 square is 0, then uy square
on tunesjam.com.
minus 2gh. If we bring this minus 2gh here, it's going to give us 2gh equal to uy square. Then there's another thing you must take note of. This, we need to divide both sides by 2g, and dividing both sides by 2g will give us h equal to uy square all over 2g. Now, since it is h equal to uy square over 2g, we need to visit our vertical component, and the vertical component uy is equal to u sine theta. If we replace uy with u sine theta, we have h equal to u sine theta all squared, because of this square that we have here, all over 2g. Are you with me? Therefore h will now be equal to u square then sine square theta all over 2g. Mind you, the square, this square is for both u and sine. So u square sine square theta. It is not as we are going to square the theta, it's only the sine we square. So sine square theta. Let's say we have 30 degree. If we have 30 degree, it's going to be sine square 30 degree. At the end, this will give us we'll find sine 30, which is 0.5. Then we square it. This is how we can get it. Find sine 30, then square it. Is that clear? It's not that you type sine 30, now square it. You first type sine 30, which will give you value, you now square it. Is that clear? Which will give us 0.25. Now, that is by the way. This is our maximum height. Do you have any question for this? That is how we can derive the maximum height. So that's the projectile motion part 2. Is that clear? So we will consider part 3 in our next meeting. And don't forget to subscribe, ask questions where necessary, and also like this video, share it to your friends because they need this. Everybody that is going to school need this, especially the science students. You need this. So don't forget to share it, subscribe to my channel, and see you in our next class. Thank you for coming and thank you for watching. Bye.